Welcome back to Trading 360. It's time to talk Bitcoin. The cryptocurrency briefly climbed back above 50,000, but just couldn't hold that level. Let's get into some details here and some of the trading that we've seen. Bill Baruch is with us, President, Blue Line Futures, and Lee Bowles, Senior Manager, Trading Education with Charles Schwab. Thank you both for being with us. Bill, let's start with you. It's interesting how so many folks are still extremely bullish on Bitcoin, but it's having a hard time getting back to that 53,000, where it seems to be the somewhat average level of where newest investors have been trading. They're not used to it being under 50,000. Bill, your thoughts?
Yeah, the 53,000 is going to be a big headwind, good resistance there from where it broke down December 3rd. So we need to really decisively get back above there to start repairing that damage. But there's just this broad risk-off tone. I mean, you're seeing in the equity markets right now, you saw it really through the weekend in the crypto space, just sort of dead cat bounces that couldn't get any follow through. Ethereum as well, that's battling at about 3,900 area. There's a trend line there, similar one that Bitcoin broke down from on December 3rd. Ethereum is still battling at that price point of that trend line. It's starting to break it right now. I mean, just the overall space is, like I said, seeing some risk off tone through the weekend as well, further coming out of last week.
Yeah, really out of favor. I mean, just in 1 month, down about 27%. As you look at this, Bill, tell me your thoughts, because what I was seeing also are the whales, right, that have more than 10 million. They've actually been dropping. The top 1% holders are just adding more. So the long-term holders aren't going anywhere. The short-term holders have been dumping out and taking some profitability. I really start to think, I mean, don't you think people rush in? What do I know? I'm not giving advice, but rush in there if it's down at 39,000?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there is this massive tailwind of, within the space right now, acceptance. Let's just call it acceptance. I mean, it's been going on all year. And I think that's that undertone that's going to be a bid constantly through this market. Now, I don't own Bitcoin at the moment. I do own Ether at the moment. I own some competition of Ether, of Ethereum, like Solana, as well as Avalanche. And that's where some of my exposure is. But there is so much going on that's outside of Bitcoin that I think is going to underpin Bitcoin overall. It underpin the crypto landscape. I mean, look what's going on with the Metaverse. I mean, there's 3 names within that I owned, symbol AXS, symbol MANA, and symbol ENJ. But on top of that, there's these projects that are getting launched. And there's a lot within the space, like I said, that's taking hold right now. Basis.markets is something that I'm invested in. And just over the past few weeks, they've raised $29 million to deliver a decentralized delta neutral basis offering. And this allows people in the crypto space to avoid some of that volatility. It's in kind of looking at the difference in lending and carry in the market. So there are different things that are not just the underlying price of Bitcoin to capitalize within the space, but that is ultimately why I think you're seeing the institutional bid not going anywhere in Bitcoin.
Right, and sometimes it's referred to as the smart money versus the retail traders. Bill, I'll give you a final 10 seconds, a final thought here. Risk on, risk off, not necessarily inflation. Final thought.
Yeah, risk on, risk off. I mean, but that is also going to be some inflationary tailwinds. Overlay a chart with Bitcoin with the 10-year yield. You're going to see that some pretty interesting parallels there. So, obviously we've seen bond prices go higher, yields go lower, and the curve flatten over the recent couple weeks pretty significantly. I'm watching the 30 and the 5-year spread. That's actually back to levels that we were talking about with Saudi Arabia in March of 2020 was going to produce. The world was falling. So this is definitely a risk-off tone right now, and that's weighing on the Bitcoin space, crypto space.
Yeah, but not forever, as you're saying.